Some people, I guess, some people want to be told or get permission before they do something, rather than just do something and be told, can you try something else or can you not do that? Or, right. So, regarding choices, if you're just going to lay out a bunch of choices that you don't know how to make, pick one. And if it doesn't work, try the other one that you've just suggested. That's what I think anyway. That's my process. So what am I referring to? So today we were going through a scene, me and my scene partner, and my scene partner was saying that they needed X, Y, and Z before they could really drill in the lines and put behind motivation, intention, obstacle, objective, etc., etc. This is just backstory, right? So for me, I relate it to the fact where, say, you get given sides 24 hours before the audition, and you don't have the director. 100% you're not going to get the director before your audition. You're going to have to figure it out from the scene, from the sides that you're given. You're going to have to figure it out from the text and the context. And then the subtext is yours. That's yours to own. And then when you go into the audition, you deliver that. If you pick the obvious choice, then you'll be like everyone else. The only thing that will be different about your audition is that your name's different to anyone else that auditioned. Right. So my process is I identify the text and the context and the facts. Then, having time, make a backstory to make my intentions clear, as well as to make my objectives and my obstacles clear. Then I look at if that choice is an obvious choice, or if I can play contrasting tactics, so to speak. For example, if I want to threaten someone, the obvious choice is to raise your voice. Then you think of your environment. If it's a public environment, that's not the obvious choice. So then that's circumstance. That's given circumstance. So a non-obvious choice would be to lower your voice and to look away and then at them as you threaten them, rather than just something which anyone can do is just act on a line, rather than use the emotion to carry the line through. I'm probably messing that up, but that's what I'm trying to say. Okay, so my scene partner, their approach to the scene was, I need to ask the director this, and this, and this first, because the text doesn't, it's not weighty enough. It doesn't give me a reason to respond in X, Y, and Z way. And then my scene partner gave all these suggestions, and I was like, just pick one and try it. But my scene partner was, no, I need to ask my director first, our director first. Whereas, again, I'm repeating myself, whereas my approach is, let me pick certain traits, certain characteristics, certain objectives, show that to the director. If the director goes, oh, actually, let me tweak that, then you've got something to work from, rather than just expecting the director to know off the bat. If the director is open to collaboration, then you bring in your idea, your perspective, your thought thoughts into that, it's gonna enrich the process. And doesn't it's not the fact that yours has to be right, because there is no right or wrong. It's just a choice at the end of the day, and then the director has final say. Just that you've brought that out into the open. You put it on the table to say, okay, look at this. Here's what I get from the text and the context, and here's my subtext. So, yeah, I think that's what has been spinning in my head today, making me a little bit PO. But my mom said something today very thought provoking, which was, everyone's different and they're not going to think the same way as you. And in some way, you have to respect that, especially in this industry. So, with that, I respect that. I don't accept it. Excuse me. I don't understand it, but I accept it. So, don't understand the process, but I accept it. I accept that some people may have been taught that way, or may have thought that that's the best way for them, or may have got into a cycle where that's just their muscle memory. That's fine. So I'll just hear them out and go from there. All right. And then I was concerned about how the director's going to shoot this, because I did the math and the math doesn't work out. The window is 9 till 9 with a break of maybe an hour lunch break or whatever. Anyhow, it's 9 till 9. That's less than 12 hours. Yet, the director said that he's giving us each pairing a hour and a half, but that's more than 12 hours. So, to me, that's just a bit confusing. So, I think I've laid down some kind of concern in my head, but I haven't expressed it in a group way. And whether that should be expressed in a group way, I don't know. Or if it should be done one-on-one, because I had the idea of just emailing my director all my concerns. But I'm going to reserve that for the next class. And I didn't want to disrupt people going home, because he did announce this time frame at end of class time. So I was attempting to respect my fellow classmates and not hold everyone up. Okay. So, right. On opening class, I said, he opened the floor to say, do you have any thoughts, concerns, comments about the scenes? And I said, yes. And he said, which one? And I said, all of them. So I asked him, how long do you want to spend on talking about this? And he said, okay, maybe reserve that until the end. So some things I've addressed to the individual groups in terms of lines, in terms of missing text or missing context. And I've tried to go in there objectively in order to get a yes/no answer and see how my other fellow classmates approach this craft, where one person said, oh, I'm just going to wait until that time. So that's that person's approach. So it was just simple starting of, have you decided blah blah blah? For example, have you decided if you really have cheated on him? That's it. So that's just what I'm going to open with everyone. Yeah. Okay, so that's my attempt to get the stuff off my chest, or what's going on in my head. And yeah, see you in the next one.